Welcome to Xtra presented by VDG Sports. I'm your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. Noobs, thank you for giving me opportunity. Thank you for giving me a chance. Regs, abbreviated, but you know what we do. You know what we do. I've been pondering and I've been thinking and I've been thinking and I've been pondering. And the thing is this. I used to come up with New Year's resolutions or revolutions, depending on who you are. Depending on who you are. They were basically things that outlooks and long-term goals that I would used to just set, just for the fun of it, just for the heck of it, just to do it. And it wasn't really, it definitely wasn't really something that I looked at and said, okay, this is a must, meaning really taking it seriously. Because if you go back, everything was all good just 3 years ago. Everything was all good just 3 years ago. And I know a few of you would say that's when I was the leader of the mouth breathers. And that was a New Year's resolution or revolution of mine. And see, you can take that however you want to take it, but the historical documents are there. The historical documents are there, and there's a few seasons ago, so you can go back and check the seasons, and it's there. It's there. I don't need to go in depth now and get thrown off the path and off the point, but it's there. Historical documents, you can check it. And I think I came around this year. I did have one. I guess a different one, more sensible, you might say. One last season or last year and the year previous and what have you, and even before trying to become the leader. I guess you can say those were decent enough. I think this year and I think this time I'm on a little something different. And it's not necessarily me not having a goal or me not putting something out in front like a carrot on a stick and say, this is what I'm striving for. This is what I want to do. This will basically define my year or not. I'm past that. And that's one of the main reasons why I really never thought of a New Year's resolution. I really never thought of putting like this big goal and saying that this is it for the year. And I'm definitely a goal setter, and I'm definitely a person who wants to see personal growth, and I'm definitely someone who create benchmarks to determine where I'm at. Create benchmarks to determine where I'm at, and so I could reflect on it and say, okay, this is what I need to do to get better. I really didn't accomplish, and I really didn't do what I wanted to do, but this is how I'm going to improve. This is what I learned from that situation. This is what I'm going to do different. This is what I'm going to try next time. It's not that I'm not doing that or don't plan on doing that. It's just that I don't need to make, and I guess you can say it's semantics, but it is what it is. It's Manny being Manny. No judge zone. No judge zone. I don't need to make it be a huge event, the end all be all, and put that much importance on something that I want to get accomplished and something that I want to do, or whether it's a benchmark or whether it's a place where I see myself at going forward. And I'm not putting that special emphasis on it in that way or in those terms. But I definitely do have things that I want to accomplish and goals I want to meet and things that I would want to learn and be able to say, okay, I got this in the bag. Or, okay, this is how I need to switch up and change to meet the moment, meet that goal, and to meet that expectation that I have or that I had. Because I want to say last time it was putting more thought into positions, arguments, occasions, and things that I didn't necessarily agreed with. It was being more open to the possibility of crazy, the possibility of nonsensical, the possibility of irrational stuff. And it wasn't so I can be proven right. And it wasn't so I can feel good or feel better about myself. It was so that I could have a wide range of information, a wide range of intel, a wide range where I can grasp from and get ideas from and understand how I got to where I got, or how a different idea made me adapt and change or tweak a principle of mine or a core idea of mine to meet the modern world, to meet what's new, to be able to adapt to the new environment and the new situation that's here. And it is not me saying that I am a flip-flop. I am a chameleon. I am someone who can just morph and shapeshift into whatever is needed. Could I? Yeah, sure. Would I? I don't know. Probably not. But do I? No. And is that what I'm talking about? No. What I'm saying is, I have ideas. I have things that define me and my character and my principles and who I am as Vince, who I am as Vince Douglas Gregory. Yet having those principles and having those ideas and having a certain mindset or a certain way to get to a thought or to get to the end game or to get to a decision continually and just doing it the same way or doing it the normal way or doing it a way that was good, let's say 5 years ago, or good just 10 years ago. Things change. Variables change. The environment changed. The world changed. Wow. That might be good for that situation that was 5 years ago, or that was good for that situation 10 years ago. Can you continue to doing that the same way in the modern day? So it wasn't as if I was changing or change who I am and my principles and what I stand for. It's, I kept that. I'm keeping that. I'm intaking and getting efficient and getting to the point or getting to the end game or getting to my decision in a modernized way. So I can still probably or still get or still have the same answer to a question, but the process of getting there is different. The process of getting there is is modernized. The process that's getting there has been upgraded or updated. That's what I'm saying. And maybe that change of process, or maybe getting more information, or maybe getting more information and having the environment change and different other variables and factors that I couldn't possibly come up with or think of 5 or 10 years ago affected the answer. And now the answer is slightly different. And I can say the answer is changed and the answer is different because of X, Y, Z. And not necessarily the answer changed and the answer is different because that's just what we do now. That's just how it is. And that's why it's different. And I say it's different from being a chameleon. And that's why I say it's different than just shape shifting to however or whatever or whenever you need it to be, because I can explain out how I got there and what in the process changed and how that change in the process actually affected my answer. And I can go in depth and I can go into detail about that. So it's not just going along to get along, or it's not just shape shifting or being a chameleon and all of those other things that mean person without spine, spineless, and vertebrate. Hey, I can keep going. I can keep going. And that's why, and that's how I got to, and that's one of the reasons why I'm saying there's the New Year's resolution. And revolution for me isn't valid anymore. It isn't something that I need to do or I need to entertain at this point moving forward. And it's not me saying that I don't have goals and I don't have accomplishment. I don't have dreams. I don't have things that I set out to do or want to do. It's just that I don't need to put that level of importance on it. And I don't necessarily want to. And it's just not something that tickles my fancy. It's definitely not something that just I find necessary or needed anymore for me. It's just, I can do other things. I can do other things. I don't need to put a level of importance on it that big where I have to constantly check and give updates and saying, okay, where am I on what I wanted to get done for the year? And it wasn't as if I didn't have a 3-year, 5-year, or 10-year plan anyway, already mapped out or already strategized out or already mind mapped out. It was just, I guess, a level of it that was within a year. But that's not needed anymore. That's not necessary anymore because there's a lot of factors. One, it's not needed anymore because I don't think I should put that place and put that level of importance on it. Not necessary. 2, while I do appreciate, I do enjoy the mental gymnastics when it comes to forward thinking, the mental gymnastics when it comes to projecting and being futuristic and being so many years or so many months in advance. I'm also more balanced. And one of the things that helped me balance and one of the things that helped me not spin out of control and just spin out with being so forward into the future or being too far into the future and not giving the present, not giving the moment the attention that it deserves. And that is probably the main reason, and definitely reason number 2, that forward thinking and putting that much emphasis on a New Year's resolution or revolution, it did more detriment to me. Wasn't the fact that I wasn't getting it accomplished. Wasn't the fact that I wasn't doing what I needed to do. It just didn't help me when it came to being more present in the present. It didn't help in those terms. And that was definitely something as well that I wanted to change and wanted to look into, and definitely found ways to accomplish it and found ways to be present and understand how important the present is while having the knowledge of the past so I can make and have decisions not repeat for the future, and having all of it balance each other and tie into each other, forming the perfect triangle, and not having one side with more emphasis and having one side unbalance the other side. And that's why I'm not placing more emphasis on New Year's resolution, because I'm balancing past, present, and future, and coming up with the perfectly balanced triangle and staying within those terms. And see, that's me having and pointing and directing into particular things that made me or helped me change the process or tweak the process. And while tweaking the process, came up with a different answer. That ain't chameleon. That ain't chameleon. That's personal growth. That's knowledge. Yeah, okay. It is what it is. It is what it is.